live. Let me drop the open first.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
That's
Lifestyles
right.
of the Locked
Subscribe,
and Loaded.
thumbs ups, ring the bell so you could be notified. We are live. Come on, let's see jazz hands. Come on, jazz hands. Okay, there we go. We got 13C Joe doing jazz hands. We got Walter Keller doing jazz hands with some kind of new patch in it. Yes, it's on. It's on. 13C. Yeah, Joe from 13C Gun Reviews is back on the show with us. Hope you guys have your big girl panties on for this one. Okay, extra frills. This is episode 386 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. As I said, the special guest Joe from 13C Gun Reviews, and we're going to talk about the TOKAT 571 machine pistol. Walter, I hope you saw that.
The what?
Oh, you didn't see it? You didn't see
No.
the TOKAT?
Where am I looking at for? Where am I looking for it at?
Yeah. Hold on a second here. Let me see. First of all,
TOKAT machine pistol.
Yeah. First of all, you are doubled. Let me get Joe back on.
Is this
here,
something new, or is it something?
Yes, it's something that just came across. Hold on one second. Give me a second here.
There.
I will send you a link to it.
Okay.
I think.
Are there like prisoners chained in front of it or something, or what? I mean, is it one of those kinds of things?
It's a Turkish machine pistol. It's a Turkish machine pistol. It's it's cool. I figured. Look, you know what? We had 13C Joe. I figured I'd put machine pistol in there. You know.
I'll examine it and
I'll allow it. Tune in. Oh, hold on. I got to change something in here real quick. Boom. Had the wrong. We got to put the Walther up there. I totally forgot that when I was setting all this up. Of course, it's brought to you by Safety Harbor Firearms and Walther as well. You know, I forget some things. I'm getting old, actually. I don't know if you guys are aware of that.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
That's what
it starts
happens.
to get old.
True.
Yes. So Joe,
That's what
man,
happens when you drink too much plum wine.
that too. Joe, we haven't seen you for a while, man. What's going on with you? What's up?
This more or less sort of the same old. We've got a ton of new stuff that's going to be coming out. It's been, even with the weather breaking here from winter, it's been I think 2 days ago we were 80 degrees. Today we're in the 40s. I think tomorrow we're going to be back to 80s. And it's just those storms that keep rolling in and out, where I'm out there, I'm doing shooting, even in some of the inclement weather, but trying to get a camera out there when it's 25, 35 mile an hour winds and be at the, sideways little misting and whatnot. Makes it hard for videos, but most of that is we've got a ton of stuff we're going to be blasting out here because it's been stacking up, and we just need to get that our on-camera stuff done.
Yeah,
but there's that.
For people who don't know, you're in Indiana, right?
I am. I'm in northern Indiana.
Yeah. So the weather is weird. It's getting weird over there.
Yeah, it's been a horrible. The end of winter was awful. Since we got back from SHOT Show, it's just been one weird storm after another that just keeps coming through, and every time those fronts come through, it brings high winds and everything else that makes it really difficult to film where we're at. For people who don't know, where my berms are literally in the middle of a cornfield, pretty much. So there's the winds come sweeping across all those fields, and to the north of me is where I live is a 180 acre plot of just barren farmland. Well, not barren, when they plant corn and soybeans, that's it. Mixture, sometimes hay. And then the same thing basically to my west. So all those, coming from the north and the west, it's all those prevailing winds and everything that just come pounding down on us, which, I mean, it's nice to have that extra safety behind the berm. Not that anything ever misses it because it's a pretty substantial berm, but it's nice to have that. At the same time, there's nothing out there. Some tree lines, whatever, but nothing really to stop the elements from just bearing down on you. And that wreaks havoc on us for filming this time of year.
Walter, you going to ask a question there?
It's going to be 93 here tomorrow, Joe.
Lovely.
93 freaking degrees.
Seriously, Walt,
it's not
puts the knife in,
to be,
twists
no,
it.
That's not.
That's
not
good.
You don't want to be here in 93.
I did grow up in Florida. I spent the first 21 years of my life in Florida, and
but it's not supposed to be 93 yet here.
It's a little early for that.
93.
It's a little early.
What's the humidity going to be? What's the humidity? Because someone was saying that it's going to be that we're getting to the hundreds, and in Florida never gets to not never, but it doesn't often get to the hundreds.
Yeah, it doesn't normally. I mean, the humidity seems a little higher, like it was today, but we're supposed to be like in the high 80s now, not like the low 90s.
Yeah.
And it's and my shop is the main part of the shop floor is not air conditioned, so two ends of the shop are air conditioning. Where Peggy's works and where Will's at, it's air conditioned. But so it's hot as all get out, man.
What's up with that, man?
Well, that's next time around. Next shop is going to be completely air conditioned.
The Hank Strange facility.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Nice plaque.
Yeah.
A nice plaque out there.
Yeah. So, well, our building is actually being bought, and I've met the guy who's buying it and everything. He seems all right, but
okay.
We're definitely in the future here going to looking for our own place. So.
Yeah, everybody's throwing up their temperatures. Len Holt says it's 88 in Tennessee. That's actually nice.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
88's not bad if it's not humid.
Right. It's supposed to be about that down here this time of year, but this 93 stuff is like August weather.
Yeah.
Good.
That is rough.
Yeah. You have to. What's that, Joe?
That's the one thing I really don't miss about living in Florida is some of that heat. At the same time, though, I think I'd rather take the heat than the insane cold winters we have up here. Like we had a stretch where we weren't above -20 for almost 3 days here. It was horrible. Well, not 3 full days, but whatever it was, 48 hours straight, and still on bookends on that. It was atrocious. It was -28 one night. -28. You can't find shade to block out that kind of heat and take your t-shirt off. If you're super hot in Florida, you can at least find some shade and just veg out, right?
Right.
You can't do that up. You die. You get stuck outside of that, you die.
-28. Jeez. I'm trying to get Joe in the middle of the shot, Joe, because I don't know if you can see this. If you're looking at the delay of the show, it's kind of like 3 columns of us. So I'm trying to get you there so your face is not getting cut off.
All right, I am only seeing. Do I need to scoot over some? Can I change the?
Yeah, go to your. I'm just guessing left. Let's see what happens if you go.
You want to go this way?
Yeah, go that way. Is that left? Oh, look at that awesomeness.
Better?
Yeah.
All right.
See, people have to get the full handsomeness here.
I actually can't see. I can't see myself on this screen. I only see YouTube.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because what's going on is we're using Skype. Since the last time you were here, we switched over to using Skype, and then we're using a different software. So there's a delay going out to YouTube. So it's still on YouTube, but we're going through Skype, kind of a thing. So there's a delay. I emailed you a link that you could see. If you pulled that up, you'd see like a delay version of what's going on, and then you can make sure that full handsomeness is achieved. But you're looking good. We can see a PS90. We can see the 13C logo. Right, Walter?
I leaned it over to the side here to see if this is going to actually catch up.
Yeah.
Wow, there is. How long is that delay?
It's I don't know. What is it, Walter? Is it 30 seconds or more? I don't know.
Maybe on the order of 15, probably something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, so I need to move it this way. So I'm going to move this just a little bit like that.
It's not
and then
too
maybe
bad. Okay.
There.
Yeah.
All right, better.
There you go. Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And then also for everyone joining us, please smash the thumbs up. So we appreciate that. As you come in here, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Ring the bell so you can be notified whenever the shows go up. Well, that's always a good thing to do. What's up, Walt?
Speaking of temperature, I'm over where we're going in England right now. It's like in the mid 60s during the day. Mm-hmm. So I'm like really looking forward to a little coolness myself.
Yeah.
So.
The nice brisk. You know what? Summertime in England's nice.
It can be, yeah. I mean, when they get to 80, they're all dying. So.
Oh, please.
I love it so much, man. They're like, oh, it's too hot. It's like, it's like the air conditioner. It's like the air conditioner's on outside. It's like 80 degrees being hot. No way.
Yeah, when you're in Florida, as Joe knows from having lived here, that humidity is really the killer.
Yeah,
here.
it's oppressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can't. You perspire. You're supposed to. When it's cool out or there's lower humidity, it evaporates and it cools you. But when you just sweat on top of sweat on top of sweat, it don't do anything.
So True at 49 says, I just came back from Wyoming where it is still in the 30s. It snowed on Saturday. I don't like that because this weekend I'm going to Wyoming, so that's not.
Well.
That doesn't instill confidence in me.
in 17 when we went on vacation out there. We left at the end of May, and it wasn't snow. Well, in Yellowstone, yeah, they did, but the snow was mostly up in the higher elevations. They didn't have snow at ground level. If it did, it came down and melted immediately. But up at higher elevations, we went through this one mountain pass going to Montana, and that the next night or the next day they had to close it because of snow. So that was cool, man. The snow was stacked like 10 or 12 feet above the car going down the road on the sides of the road. It was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while.
Ice on the lake up there, this mountain lake and stuff. Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, if you guys don't see me come back from Wyoming, I got snowed in. Somebody went snow deliverance on me, you know. Snow deliverance. I don't know. Snow. I don't know what's good. The Florida version of Deliverance, which is the original Deliverance.
Why you got to bring up Deliverance?
It's a thing. It's a thing, you know. Or Snow Deliverance. I don't know, man. Snow Deliverance. I don't know. Gators or polar bears, which. There's no polar bears in Wyoming. Yeah, I know.
There's grizzly bears.
Yeah.
And we saw grizzly bears in Yellowstone. Almost had a close encounter with a mama bear and her cubs.
Okay.
Did I tell you about that? Yeah, we were riding through. We had a Suburban we were rented, and we had food in the car. So we stopped. We were going to stop on this roadside picnic area in Yellowstone, and make some sandwiches and have some lunch and stuff. And we pull in there. And this other car goes by, and they go, "There's a bear right over there," and that's like, "Holy shit!" So we quickly threw the food because they like food, you know. They like, they like besides eating.
You
humans.
Gave your food to somebody? This was an emergency moment.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
We threw all the food back in the car and got back in the car.
I was about to say.
And drove a little bit as we come around the corner in this camp, this picnic area. There's Mama Grizzly Bear, and two cubs. Mama Bear was just walking along. She didn't really look at us. The cubs turned their head and looked at us, and they just kept going. You know, so, but that was very cool to see the mama and the cubs. Yeah. So, in the car, we were in the car, of course. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Joe? Have you ever seen a grizzly? Have I ever seen a grizzly?
No. I think I saw one in a zoo. I don't remember what zoo it was, but that was it. Yeah. No, never in the wild.
Yeah. We saw, when we went to Yellowstone, we saw mountain goats and elk and regular deer and moose and buffalo all over the place. Freaking buffalo really close, especially when we were in the car. And then the bear. Yeah, that was awesome. We actually saw a black bear at a real long distance.
Okay.
The grizzly bear was close enough where you could have, you wouldn't want to have been out eating your sandwich as she went by, so.
Yeah, black bear I've seen before, like in Pennsylvania and stuff, and I think we have those in Florida, but I can't.
Yeah,
you got the little black bears in Florida,
the little tiny ones. Yeah,
northern Florida at least.
Somebody posted a picture just recently up near Brooksville of a black bear, near the road. So yeah, they're out there.
Yeah. Gators, seen tons of those
everywhere.
That's like
everywhere.
That's a usual thing. Now, remind me of this whole animal thing, because there's a thing that I have to bring up about the animal thing in Florida here in a second, and we're gonna get to we're gonna get into some stuff with Joe from 13C Gun Reviews, as well as the TOKAT 571 machine pistol. You guys could go look that up.
That thing's ugly.
Yeah, just hold your fire.
You're hurting its feelings already. I can hear it all the way across the ocean crying right now. Poor thing.
Hold your fire, Walter, for a second. So I just want everyone to know that we're going to do today's show, we're going to do Wednesday, and then we're going to take the rest of this week off, because I'm going away, I guess, for the weekend, I think. I don't know. I have no idea when I'm coming back. I think. When am I coming back, Lola? Tuesday. Okay, so then I'll be back Tuesday, and I think we're only going to do Tuesday and Wednesday next week.
Walter's going to do Tuesday, then he's out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Walter's just going to do Tuesday, then Walter has to ship out to the England. So I'm just,
Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just trying to let everybody know. Which Walter, by the way, I figured out what I want you to bring me from England, from Europe.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips. Oh, no, actually that would be good. I haven't had that in a while. But they used to put it on the newspapers. Now they don't do the newspaper thing or whatever. So I don't know. I like the ink on my fish and chips.
Right.
No, actually they never did that. That was like an outside lining. make sure you find a nice. Nah, forget it. I'm gonna tell you later. I don't know.
Redhead girl? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Lola. Yeah.
No, you know what?
Why does everybody chuckle when I say that? Yeah.
No, I want a tank, Walter. That's what I want. Seriously.
Oh, that's easy enough. You
Yeah,
just have to
I mean,
get rid of your car, and we'll get you a tank.
yeah. Why I gotta get rid of the car to get the tank?
Because never mind. They cost.
Oh.
Well, anyways.
Okay. If you see an affordable tank.
Actually,
Yeah, like
when
a
we're
little
there,
pickup.
I'm gonna go on a little road trip once we get back from Normandy. I met a guy stopped by the shop a couple months ago that was visiting from England, and we started talking about defenders and I brought up the subject of armor, tanks, and he goes, "Oh, I got so and so," and I'm like, "What do you got?" He goes, "I got a tracked something or other like," and what he was describing to me, I said, "Is it an M548, which is the cargo carrier version of an M113?" And he goes, I showed him a picture on the internet. He goes, "Yeah, that's what I got." I said, "You want to get rid of it?"
Hold on.
goes,
This is
"What?"
in America?
He came to visit here. He's from England.
Oh, he's from England. What's the name
Yes.
of the vehicle?
Look it up. Look, M548.
548. Oh, it looks interesting.
It's
Yeah.
really interesting because
It's like a Pinzgauer on track. So I'm. Oh,
well,
no, not
it's,
really.
it's an M113. It's a non-armored version of the M113 armored personnel
That
carrier.
looks cool. I like that.
So, really cool part about it, it's amphibious.
Yeah.
So it can go swimming, which is cool. That's very cool.
It's better than a duck. It's better than a duck, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I'll take it over a duck, yeah.
Okay.
So supposedly he has one of these. So I said, "Well, we come over, can we come take a look at it?" And he goes, "Sure." So we're going to do a little road trip up to his place and see what he's actually got.
Yeah, and this thing's for sale. We could put this in a shipping container.
That would probably go on, roll off, where you'd have to drive it up into the ship and then drive it off.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's too wide to fit in a container.
Oh, okay.
So-
No, it looks cool. What's the big circly thing on top? Is that like a radar?
A turret.
Oh, it's
Probably
a
a turret.
Okay.
Oh, well,
okay.
I don't know what model you're. I know. The
Well, there's
straight up
one. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's no gun or anything up there that I can see.
The straight up 548 is a cargo carrier, but some of them have a ring mount on top for a machine gun or.
Okay, so that's what that looks like. But there's no.
Yeah,
Oh,
ring mount.
actually, I see a picture with the machine gun up there now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are cool, man. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, they're
That's apocalyptic.
they're cool.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he's got.
Yeah, we
I
can
don't know.
rhino line that thing.
Oh, you and your rhino lining.
So this is gonna be one of those things that we can't modify it in any way. Oh, forget it.
Oh.
Okay,
no.
you know what? Just bring me back a Ferrari. That's fine.
That's all. Just simple.
That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of cars, and I'm going to change subject here.
Mm-hmm.
I was before we got on the air here. When I got home from work, or
Mm-hmm.
the shop, I should say, I was looking at my phone, and I happened to see my subscriptions on Instagram. One of them is Gas Monkey Garage.
Okay.
Richard Rawlings and all that
Yeah.
bunch.
Gas monkey.
And
Uh-huh.
I saw that he was live, so I hit the thing,
Okay.
and he was live because, I guess one of his cars got stolen like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Dodge with the Hellcat engine in it.
Okay.
And he put out like a reward kind of thing that anybody finds this car, he'll give them some money, right? And I guess a repo driver, a repossession guy, found this car sitting in this parking lot, and they were actually filming at his shop for the show. So the whole film crew goes over to where this car is parked, and they kind of show him, "Hey, look, that's my car, man. Boom, boom."
Mm-hmm.
He's got the key fob and everything. Hits the key fob, door opens up.
Damn.
But it'd been sitting there a while. It wasn't like freshly parked. You could tell the brake rotors were rusty and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but the insurance company had already paid him for it.
Oh,
So
then that's not his.
It's not his until he
No.
settles something with the insurance company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was interesting, So, hey,
Yeah.
all right, we can go talk about something.
Okay. No, we can talk about whatever you want. What I was going to tell you guys about, let me see if I could pull it up here so I can show everyone that is definitely not going to believe me. Hold on. Where is it now? Oh, all of a sudden all my stuff disappeared. Let's see here. Huh?
They're talking about in the chat Tiger Day, I guess, in Bovington. At the Tank Museum in Bovington in England, they have a day where it's Tiger Day because they have one of the only operating Tiger tanks.
Oh, okay. Now, go ahead, Joe.
That was the one that was in Fury, the tank that was in Fury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. You were going to say something?
That was what I was going to ask about, because I think there's only one there's only really one original one. Almost every other one is a hodgepodge of different stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. The one in Bovington is all original, and then the Germans have, I think, at their tank museum they have the model after the Tiger. It's the King Tiger. They have actually operating King Tiger. But yeah, between those two, and I guess there's a couple others that are in restoration right now. But the English one is the only one of their first model Tiger. So
wow.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cool.
SoCal Gunner says Walter should bring me back a Reliant Robin. Okay. Reliant Robin.
Check.
Yeah. I was really gonna tell you to get me a nice model of the Audi R8 because you can't really find those here in
Get a foreign one.
Yeah, like the same color as the one that I have. That's what I was gonna tell you. A little, doesn't have.
The Reliant Robin. I remember that on Top Gear.
You had to. Oh wait, hold on a second. You had to look up the Reliant Robin.
That's not one of those vehicles that would be like my,
Go-to would be your go-to.
Yeah.
I could see you in that car, man. I could see you in that car. That would go nicely next to your little pocket bike. The Reliant Robin.
Maybe you could strap the pocket bike on back. So when the Reliant breaks down, you can fire up the pocket bike and ride home.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with that is not so much the Reliant Robin breaking down. It's a trike. It has one wheel up front and two in the back, and it always flips over. Yeah. See, I think the reverse trike is a better setup with two.
Oh, it definitely is. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
but
if you remember in Top Gear, they kept showing those, and then they would go around the corner and it would flip over. It
looks like it had training wheels in this one picture on the sides. A little something on the sides.
To keep it from tipping. Yeah. One of the coolest cars that was on Top Gear, like the old Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson, was he had this little tiny car that he drove into an elevator. I don't know if you ever saw that episode. Oh
yeah, I did see that. And he took it up into their offices and drove around inside the office. Yeah,
and I was like, that is really cool. I can't remember what that was. That I think was a reverse trike with two up front and one in the back, but it was a little tiny car. So here's the thing. I was gonna talk about this, but let me just get it out of the way now. I was gonna talk about it later when we do the only in Florida crap.
Oh, okay.
We're always doing something only in Florida. Yeah. So you guys are gonna have to find other stuff because we're gonna talk about this now since we were talking about animals, and I'm gonna pop this up on the screen for everyone here. Joe, you'll see this in like a couple of seconds.
Okay.
So only in Florida, dead shark found in Gainesville Creek. Yes. So Gainesville, this is the town that I'm broadcasting from.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So we usually hear about shark sightings off the coast, but this weekend there was one in Alachua County. On Sunday, deputies were called to a creek on West University Avenue where they found a 5-foot shark. 5 foot. Deputies think someone dumped it there.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that creek's not connected to any other waterway, is it?
No. The animal is estimated to weigh more than 100 pounds. Florida Fish and Wildlife officers decided to leave the dead shark in the creek. Which, that didn't make any kind of sense. We thought there might be some illegal activity there. That's why we contacted FWC, Florida Wildlife Commission, I guess, Walter? Yeah. It's not something you see here every day in Inland Creek in Gainesville, says Art Fogarty, Alachua County Sheriff's Office spokesperson.
No, you don't.
The person who left the shark there couldn't be found, so officers were unable to file any charges.
Yeah. Well, you know, sharks do go up rivers and such.
Yeah.
Um,
This looks like it probably was a pet for someone, right? And it got really big.
a 5-foot pet?
Well, so where did they get this shark from?
Who knows?
And how did they get it into Gainesville? Because
Yeah.
for everybody
Maybe.
watching probably knows that Gainesville's kind of in the middle of the state. It's like an hour and a half either way to get to the ocean.
Yeah, I don't think.
Maybe.
They didn't go fishing and catch a shark, and then go, "Oh, we're gonna get in trouble if we don't get rid of this shark right now."
Well, you're not going to get in trouble if you catch a shark, first thing. And really, you're not going to get in. It's a weird situation. I mean, I don't know. A 5-foot pet shark? That's a big aquarium.
That's true.
Massive.
That's true.
What, do you got in your
think about
bathtub?
But this is the weird thing about this. The shark, if you look at the pictures that I threw up there, that shark is just sitting there in the creek on the ground. You know?
I saw a news story years ago of a guy who was into exotic fish, and apparently he had like a above ground swimming pool, but like a massive one in his basement that was set up, and he had makeshift modified it into a saltwater tank. Now, I don't remember what he had. Big fish in there. I don't remember if anything was like a 5-foot shark, but he had massive like fish, ocean free-water fish in this thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, people do weird stuff.
Yeah, you can get. At one time I remember having pet sharks. I remember that, but they were little tiny ones. They were little tiny, but they get bigger. Like the bigger the aquarium that you put them in, the bigger. I remember I freaked out when I got out of the pet shark business when I had this shark, and he was in the aquarium, and I had these other fish. The other fish were disappearing, and I was like, "What the hell's going on with the other fish?"
Wow.
So I don't know. I think I was like maybe 18 or 19. So one day I'm sitting there looking, and I see this shark that was in there just like come up and start chomping in to the. I was like, "What the hell?" And then I was like, "Yeah, they can't do a pet shark thing." So this might have happened to this guy. Whoever had this 100-pound shark as a pet, something like his dog might have fallen into the pool or whatever, Joe. You know, and he's like, "That's it. The shark is out."
I think you're reading too much into it, really.
Oh, really? I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out this is someone's pet.
Right.
There's no way this shark did it. Like there was no hurricanes or something that picked up a shark from the ocean and dropped it off there. I don't think someone was fishing.
Water spout.
Yeah, I don't think
Picked
someone
it
was
up.
fishing and caught a shark and then decided, "Oh, let me get rid of it." You know,
Who knows?
there's something weird going on with this shark here. You might find an alligator or something inside the shark. Yeah, maybe the shark ate an alligator. Who knows?
This could be the beginning of the first. Could be how Sharknado starts, right?
Yeah, the real.
I mean, they're real Sharknado. This is the first one, the first story. Everybody dismisses it. Oh, it's just somebody's pet. You got thrown in. Nope.
Yeah.
Beginning.
This could be a zombie shark. It could be possibly a zombie
The
shark.
zombie shark apocalypse. Is
Yeah.
coming.
Dan hates you.
Space-
Says Florida is a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Florida.
That's because. Well, anyways, we know why that is, because everybody comes here from other states. That's why it's the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
How much you want to bet we find out? Listen, there's a couple of things I bet you, Walter. One, we're going to find out that this shark was someone's pet. Two, we're going to find out the real reason that dude backflipped and kicked Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's one of Arnold
Oh, God,
Schwarzenegger's
you're still on
illegitimate. Yeah, that's going to be one of his illegitimate African babies.
I think you need to.
Nobody.
I think we got a bit- I
the
think we
media
got a
is not
better-
showing a picture of this guy.
I think we got a better chance of finding the shark owner.
Yeah, this might be a young black guy with like actual like, chiseled like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did you see? I was looking his son that he had with the maid. He had like a Latino maid and he had a son with her. That kid just graduated college.
But he's down with him though. So
yeah. Well, this guy, you know what? You guys will find out in the future that there's something to this. This guy said that when they were arresting the guy, I was listening to the video. He says he wants a Lamborghini.
that's a My son was telling me that that's a common thing down in South Africa. There's some reason he said that. It's not just.
Oh,
that he
that's a
just,
saying in South Africa. I want a
yeah,
Lamborghini.
something. Yeah, who knows? We're talking another part. That's a whole nother world, literally. That Africa thing,
Yeah,
So.
Adam Smith 86 says the guy who drop kicked Arnold was a skinny little black kid.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
A troublemaker.
yeah. But I don't know if you know about this, Joe. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I saw it. So I saw the video. I actually just saw the reverse angle one of it. So there's one from the front, which was the first one, and then today I saw the second one coming in from the other side.
Yeah.
So you get both angles of it now.
So
And
Mike
yeah,
Trying
it's
to
just-
get his 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam Smith 86 says the exact quote was "Help, I want a Lamborghini." That's a South African saying. That's what you're telling me, Walter.
Yeah, it's something
What
they
does
say
that
down
what does
there.
that what does that translate into?
Who knows?
That makes as much sense as the shark in Florida.
Well, once again, I'm going to use the phrase I use. You can't fix
Crazy.
stupid.
Stupid? Yeah, none of those.
Yeah, you can't fix stupid.
Yeah. So I have a theory here that we're gonna find out. I have a theory.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out. We'll find out what's up with that theory.
And again, nothing to do with African babies and sex.
You never
and
know.
stuff. I
You never
guarantee
know.
that.
You never know.
I did a search for that, and there are some quotes on that
What
on
is
the
it?
interwebs predating this drop kick incident.
Help! I want a Lamborghini.
Well, I want a Lamborghini. I don't know if it's help I want a Lamborghini, but there's a bunch of stuff here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting, but
Yeah.
yeah,
We got to
it
find
comes
out
up
what
in
that
a
means.
number of
Since
different things.
now I have to get that out of my brain to find out why the people of South Africa need Lamborghinis so bad that they have to jump flip kick like old actors.
Action heroes.
Yeah. No.
He took it like a champ, though.
He did. Yeah. Honestly, I believe Schwarzenegger's tough, man.
I know.
Yeah. Never
He
said he's not.
he still looks ripped. He could probably still kick my ass.
Yeah. And one thing that I did see, and this is not a conspiracy, Walter. You've heard of Chris Pratt, right? The actor Chris Pratt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chris Pratt is getting married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. Dun-dun.
Old news.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Old
yeah.
news.
I thought he was already married. He was not already married.
He was
I
married.
thought he
was
was
married.
in
Yeah.
a serious. Okay.
Yeah, he just got divorced and now, old
Yeah.
news.
He's getting married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. So there you go.
Dun dun.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still room for my theory in here, but I'm going to leave those two.
You sure he doesn't have a pet shark
Yeah,
too?
no fake news. 'Cause it's possible.
Nope.
Who would have a pet shark? Arnold Schwarzenegger or Mike Tyson? Those are the only people I know.
Yeah.
That would.
It would go good with his tiger. Did he actually have a tiger? Tyson?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So we're gonna find out who that pet shark belongs to. Trust me.
Okay,
This
one of my
happened in Gainesville.
rules.
What's that?
One of my rules in life: you don't have pets that can eat you, and/or kill you.
Okay, you have a big, massive cane corso.
That's Will's dog.
Okay.
All I have to do is turn the water hose on, and she runs the other direction. So that's she has a thing for water, and I don't quite get it because when we went to see her parents, and her father, the whole best of them, they loved the water. They were throwing balls. They have this pond in this people's front yard. They were in the water. They're doing all this stuff. It's like, oh, that's cool. She's like, no water.
Okay.
Aside from drinking it, nothing
No,
else.
traumatic feelings towards water. Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's actually not a good policy. Don't have things that could eat you. A couple of weeks ago, Joe, we were talking about here in Gainesville, there was a guy. What was the name of that bird that the guy had, the dinosaur bird?
One with a big
Yeah.
thing on its head.
Yeah. Some dude, I can't remember the name of it. Someone
Old
here in the
guy.
chat is going to
Old
tell us.
guy.
Yeah, this guy had a dinosaur bird, Joe. It was like the size of an ostrich, but it had a big dinosaur, something on its head that looked like just an axe, and it had the same claws as a T-Rex. And apparently, if you fall down around these things, they use their claws and they rip you open and kill you. So the dude tripped and fell down, and the thing killed him.
Yeah, they killed. The guy was like 72 or 3 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Yeah.
So
Who knows who we're gonna find inside of this shark? Somebody might have tripped over this shark, and the shark ate him, and that's why the shark is still there.
there's a reason we have things like this,
Yeah.
so you can dispatch those animals
Yeah.
that want to eat.
If you trip around your dinosaur bird, shoot him. The first thing you do, you trip, you go down around your dinosaur bird, take him out, because he's gonna get you.
Awful.
Yeah, just have a dog. Like my dog would just come and sit down over there and be like, "Why? What's wrong with you?"
All I gotta have for Minnie is some type of food item, and it's like should be good. Attention. It's like okay.
Yeah, get ready to ready to go.
What do you want me to do? I'll do anything for that little snack. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we got sidetracked here. Let's go in. Eli EDC has been asking us about this. He's like wants to know if anyone here is from Illinois.
Actually, I'm originally.
Oh, you are? Okay. And then he was asking you, Joe, about what was the thing that he was asking? Hold on, let me see if I can go back. I guess there was some new things in Illinois that just went through. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask us again right now, Eli EDC.
So I know there was a pending bill. Here it is. He popped it up. So there's a pending bill, and I think it was coming out of the House. Let's see. Did it pass? Amendment to Senate bill. Okay, so it didn't pass, but it did move out of committee. So it is out of committee. It's not scheduled for further action, but it did clear the committee, it looks like.
Yeah, isn't this this is like this? I'm assuming this is all stuff that was from what's been going on for the last couple of years there, right?
Yeah, they keep trying to make it more expensive to get guns. You know, anything they can do to make more red tape, more hoops,
taxes,
everything else. Yeah, taxes. Yeah. And you know, it's everything from here. Let me bring this back up here. I don't want to misquote it, but.
Yeah, he says it just passed the House.
Yeah, so it raises prices on. So in order to own a firearm in Illinois, you have to first be an approved person. You have to get a firearms owner ID card before you can even buy a gun. You can't even go into a gun shop in Illinois and touch a gun without being required to have a firearm owner's ID card first. You go to an Illinois gun shop, they ask you for that card before they'll let you touch anything.
Really? Okay, but you can't even look. You're not allowed to
I
look.
guess technically you could look,
okay,
but you can't touch. You can't put your hands on. So if you want to actually like physically look and examine something, you can't until you show that.
What kind of barbarism is that?
Oh, it's crazy. If you want to shoot,
all you're doing is wasting your time though if you don't have a card because you can't buy it anyways.
Well, it's actually by law you can't. It's not just gun shop policy, but by law you basically can't. They also have other rules where you can't shoot at public ranges anyway. You can't shoot without a firearms owner ID card either. So if you go with your buddy to go shoot, unless you're not a state resident. So if you go to shoot with your friend, there's all kinds of hinky laws. Over there, even though I'm just across the border, I basically don't do anything firearms related in Illinois at all. I know what I can do for what my specific purpose when I drive across the border and come back, and that's the extent of it because it's just so bizarre. So they're going to increase fees from $10 to $50, which is 1,000% increase in the cost of a frickin' FOID card. And then there's fingerprinting and background checks and stuff to get your card, which is $150 on top of that. And then there's other things. If you have a revoked firearms owner's ID card, it says on here, you are then prohibited from transferring your firearms to someone else in the same household. So even if someone has a valid card, you still can't give them your gun. So what are you going to have to do? Just turn them into they're going to have to be seized. Oh, here it is. Seized and petition the court. They're seized by the government. You can't just voluntarily give them to somebody else. And then you got to petition the court to have them transferred to a third party. It's just more stupidity on top of it.
That's working real good in Chicago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure part of this is
where no one follows
for the money. They're desperate for money. At the same time, though, it's just more control and things that aren't going to work. None of the people, virtually nobody getting in Chicago is getting shot by anybody who has a firearms owner's ID card. This falls right on the heels of another story I saw today out of Illinois where they're talking about taxing people for their insurance benefit payouts. What that means is that if you get sick, and you go to the hospital or doctor for something that's covered under your insurance, they want a 1% tax on those insurance benefits now.
What are
So you
what are
get
they
sick.
going to do with that tax? What are they going to do with this taxes they're collecting?
So allegedly, they're going to take this money and they're going to apply it to some federal Medicaid grant that's out there somewhere that's matching dollar for dollar. So so when you get sick, they're going to take they're going to take money from you for getting sick, and then give it to the federal government, who's then going to turn around and give them double the money back, allegedly.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's just
That's insane.
it is insane.
Bullshit. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Because they're going to give it some illegal. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Let me just stop for a second because we have a special person commenting right now. Antonia Okafor is commenting on our thing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Antonia. The thing is that this will only affect those who need it most. Those who don't have the funds are going to be priced out of legally being able to carry. So there you go.
and they're not.
Shout out to Antonia. I'm like very honored that she's tuning into the show. By the way, very cool. I know Lola was trying to get her to come on the podcast. So maybe we'll make that happen soon. That's cool.
This is stepping up from not just being able to carry, but this is just being allowed the privilege of owning a gun. This isn't even just carrying, because there's all the hoops and costs associated with carrying on top of having the firearms owner's ID card.
How the hell does all that gel with the Second Amendment? I don't understand.
It doesn't at all. I mean, I think it's blatantly unconstitutional, all of it. Why these judges don't overturn these? It makes no sense.
Yeah. That's all pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Okay, so also, by the way, okay, so hey, would you blow me? He's shouting out Antonia Okafor, by the way. And let's see. The other thing is here, he's campaigning for me to put. He says he won't thumbs ups, which I encourage everyone to thumbs ups out there. Okay, we got more than 100 people watching. We should get those thumbs ups going. But he's campaigning for me to put the filter on you guys to make you look like ladies. So he says he won't thumbs ups until we do that. So Walter, I see you shaking your head to negatory on that one. No, you don't want to see the filter? No? I think Walter, you would look really, really attractive as...
You
I try to say that with a straight face, right, Joe?
You haven't taken your medicine.
Joe knows he's going to look good. You're going to look good. I did it the other day to me. I will never do it again. Thank you very much. That is just really, really...
To my knowledge, it's never that hasn't happened to me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't.
I could do it. I could do it even if you guys didn't want to, but I won't do it, you know. I won't do it without your express permission. Antonia says, would love to come on the show. Y'all doing good work. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. So, and Adam Smith 86 says Hank was a very pretty woman. There you go. Boom. You know, so, you know, if you would have just seen me in my younger days, man, that was something to behold.
Okay.
No, see, there's some cases in which, honestly, like, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I always wanted to look like, I looked more feminine, so I always wanted to be like, you know, more masculine looking. So I'm very happy right now. I look pretty. I like the savage, you know, the savagery right now of Hank Strange versus like young Hank Strange that was. Yeah.
Pretty as a mo.
Yeah, just too good looking for you guys. Just be happy that you don't have to deal with that.
Too cute.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, if you want to play around with the filters, we can do that maybe later. There's some SoCal Gunner. Go ahead, Joe.
How do you say no to that?
Yeah, SoCal Gunner gave us $10, says, "Do it, Hank. Do it." You know, and BWE says when I was a prostitute. That is low.
Look, if the people want it, I won't say no.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Joe is volunteering.
No.
How about you, Walter? Don't let Joe do this on his own. Poor Joe. Yeah. By the way, do you notice both me and Joe are wearing, like, I'm wearing Make Florida the Gunshine State again. Joe's wearing Keep Calm. Safety Harbor repping. Walter's repping for Safety Harbor. Yeah.
Oh, while we're talking about that, look at this cool patch I've got.
Yeah, let's see this. Ooh.
Yeah, it's commemorating the 75th anniversary of Normandy coming up. Yeah. This is the same design that's on the T-shirts that I had made for the trip.
Yeah. What's the symbolization here? I see Operation Overlord. I see that, and it's a sword and a rainbow.
That was the patch for Overlord.
Okay, so it's like a flaming sword. Is that the sword in the stone or something?
I don't know if it's got anything
to
do with
Excalibur coming back to France, something like that.
I don't know. There was actually Operation Overlord, and then there was a couple other 3 operation names for the airborne part and the naval part, and but Overlord is the whole thing.
Okay.
So yeah, then we have the 4 major countries: France, the U.S., Brits, and Canada. And there was also the Poles and Dutch and a bunch of others.
Right. Hold on, because it's going out of focus. I can't see. Like I see the Operation Overlord, and then what is that thing below it? Utah something.
That's the beaches. Utah sword. Okay. Let me refresh my memory here. Utah gold, Juno, and sword.
Okay.
Utah and Omaha were the American beaches, and the other 3 were. I think one was two British and 1 Canadian. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Dan Hates You says Rainbow Six is what it looks like to me. And Brian Quick says rainbows meant something different in 1944.
Yeah, the rainbow hadn't been corrupted yet.
Yeah, pull it back a little bit, Walter, so that it could focus. Hold on. Right, up a little bit, up. Okay, right there. Hold on, right there. That's good. Let's see if it's focused. Put your hand up behind it. Put the other hand up behind. There you go. All right. That's probably the best we're gonna do. Okay.
3 inches.
Wiggle your nose. Wiggle your nose to the left. Okay. Yeah, forget it.
3 inches diameter, Velcro back, hook and loop. Velcro, they call it hook and loop.
Yeah.
Like a zipper. Get excited, Hank. They sound like a zipper going off.
Why am I supposed to be getting excited?
If somebody wants one, $8 shipped. So.
Okay, cool. How many of these did you make?
I made 200 of them.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking part of them to Normandy with me, and the other part are here to sell. So.
Okay, cool. All right. I call dibs on one.
Okay, I got you.
I call dibs.
I got you guys.
For sure.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me put Joe in the middle here.
Joe, did you ever see my latest Trump patch?
I did not.
This year is the year of the hog, I guess, or the boar.
Yeah.
So I did this guy for that. Yeah. So.
With the Trump hair, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
And these are for sale too, if somebody wants one too. So.
Yeah.
Because last year was the year of the dog, so that was the one. These are one of the desirable ones, one of the SHOT Show patches that everybody was trying to get.
How many of these are out already? Just the year of the dog and the year of the hog?
Well, first one, we had the year before that was the cock or the rooster.
Yeah,
that was the year.
Oh, Trump
right,
rooster.
I've got the rooster.
Oh, you did. Right. Okay.
I have it on my.
And so, like we were talking about next.
Yeah, I forgot about Trump rooster.
Next year is the rat, so that's be an interesting.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be. That's not supposed to be a Trump. That's supposed to be a Hank Strange. It's supposed to be. I know that there's a theme. There's a theme here of you're doing all Trumps.
I tell you what, if I come up with a rat themed one, I will do it just for you, and you can. We'll do something.
I mean, I don't want to throw. Here's what. Go ahead and do your Trump thing, and then we'll do a special Hank Strange edition.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's my year, man. I'm the year of the rat, so if the best one.
Yeah.
That's the best one of all of them.
We'll get you. We'll get you.
Not the year of the tiger, not the year of the rabbit or dragon or any of that stuff. The year of the rat.
And honoring our first lady, who can definitely sport a pair of stilettos.
Yeah.
Did that one there, yeah.
Yeah. So look, Lola just came and showed hers. There it goes. Her
yes, Lola has.
Nice.
Flotus. There you go.
Yeah, that was. I
So-
did that after she got a lot of crap for going to the hurricane, after getting on Air Force One in pumps or in stilettos, and then with the red ones on, and then she
Yeah.
got off with a pair of tennis shoes on. So,
Yeah. Look, I'll put this up on the wall. Let me see.
yeah.
Here. Boom. We'll
Can
put
you,
it.
can you throw it over?
Oh, you want me to throw it? Throw it on the
Yeah, see
wall.
if you
Let's
can
see
get
if
it
it'll
thrown
stick. Whoop!
That's a hard one.
No. it
Oh,
didn't. Nah, terrible aim. Okay, hold on. Let's see. We'll try it again.
that was a hard one because of the shape.
Third time's the charm here. Let's do it. I'm gonna do like a special. Do it like that this time. Okay, we're just putting it there. We're just putting
First
it there.
time. First
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, that one's just too ridiculous to
there
get
we
up
go.
on there. Yeah. All right, so very cool. Walter
Yeah,
showing
okay.
off the. That's cool. Antonia Okafor, if you don't know, you guys should look her up, man. That's really cool. That
I
she,
did after you
dropped
mentioned
in.
it.
Yeah.
I wanna
And I
mention
believe she's
something real
getting
quick.
married, so congratulations, right? Isn't she getting married? Yes, she's getting married. Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Guys, you're all too late. You're all too late on that one.
Oh, DCG 44S had a good idea for a patch actually.
Oh. Okay.
But for people are mentioning about our website, Safety Hour Firearms website, we're making some changes to the site right now. So if things are acting weird, it's because we're doing it.
Oh, you
if
are?
that
Okay.
makes- Yeah. So don't despair. It'll get back to normal. Just
Yeah.
we're trying to meld two shopping carts together, two different shopping carts. So
That's easy, man. Just get a welder.
Yeah, you can weld two shopping carts. Good weld.
you guys are good. Yeah, you guys are real good. Maybe I can put like a Briggs and Stratton on it too, and we can go for a ride. Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay. So listen, Lola wants me to talk about this Trump thing. Trump hits Fox News at PA rally. Something very strange is Donald Trump gave me a shout out. Something very strange is going on.
In what respect?
Thanks for the recognition. So President Trump took aim at Fox News at his campaign rally in Montoursville, Pennsylvania, Monday night. What's going on with Fox? Question mark. What's going on there? They're putting. Let me see if I could do it in a Trump voice. What's going on with Fox? What's going on there? They're putting more Democrats on than you have Republicans. Something strange is going on at Fox. Something very strange.
What is going on at Fox is it's not run by the same people it used to be run by.
Yeah.
That's what's not going on.
Yeah,
at
he
Fox.
says, did you... So let's see. He goes on to say here, we're going to have to actually get the audio out of that and make a pro... Is that legal? Can I do that? Probably not. Probably I can't do it. He says, something very strange. Did you see that guy last night? I did want to watch. You've always got to watch the competition if you call it that. And he was knocking the hell out of Fox, and Fox is putting him on. Somebody is going to have to explain the whole Fox deal to me. So he's not very happy with Fox, apparently.
Huh. Well,
So
that happens.
join the ranks of the rest of us.
Yeah, that happens.
Like, who out there is actually... I'm Yeah, there's a lot of things I think Fox needs some new blood over there. Yeah.
Well, once again, it's not being run by the same people, so
Oh, well, there you go.
that's part of
Yeah,
it.
we need our own news network. Okay, so let me see. Should I go to the gun before I do the filters of everyone? Let's talk about the machine gun first.
Oh, the
All
one
right.
you talked about before.
Yeah, because I know you were dying to say how beautiful it is. So boom, the new machine pistol from Turkey, the TOKAT 571 9mm PDW. A new machine pistol, the TOKAT 571, has emerged from the IDEF International Defense Industry Fair in Turkey. TFB reader Stempify 75 sent us pictures and information from the IDEF 2019 fair, which included the new personal defense weapon, the TOKAT 571's most notable features include a non-reciprocating slide cover and extendable stock. So I'm going down here to take a look at these. And then there's like a translation of the thing. There's a picture here, more close up. So interesting. What do you think, Walter? You don't think this is attractive?
It's fugly.
Fugly. Okay, what say you?
It's
I, I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down the thing,
look at
and I come to what is it? That second or third picture, and I did a double take, and I just had to make it bigger, and I leaned into the screen just so long as I'm. Do you guys remember
Barstow.
from like I don't know, was it maybe 2001? The old school Barska red dot, this big massive thing with the big turner on it, and
Oh yeah, is that what's
look at
on
that
there?
picture. That's
There it
what's on
is.
there. It's one of those
Yeah.
massive Barskas on the top of this thing, and it says right on the side, "Plain
Yeah,
Day
it does. It
Barska."
does. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh,
I'm gonna reserve comment until I see this thing handled by somebody who doesn't have their finger on the trigger and there's not a Barska sitting on the top of it. How about that?
oh, he
I'll
does
reserve
have-
comment until then.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Walter says it's ugly.
Well, and
Oh.
look at that. If you look at the side view, look at that trigger. It's like
It
is
looks
that
like a metal. It looks like a metal trigger, but this looks like a 3D printed. What we're seeing.
Is that
here.
is that a trigger of a military gun, or is that some little trigger for some, I don't know. It just doesn't look right.
What
It
about-
doesn't. You're right. It doesn't look right. It looks.
Well, what
That's
about the
weird.
idea of the Picatinny rail going over the slide thing? No, don't like that either.
I mean, if you want something like that, I mean, why not get like a what is it? The Geisley, what is it, 6, 7 second mount, something like
Yes,
that, 8 second mount.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not go with something like that? But I don't know. I mean, I guess theoretically, if you're doing that because of the stock on there, but how is the slide going to reciprocate if the stock is closed? You see that?
yeah.
I don't know if it can, or
Yeah.
will it just knock the slide out of the
Without
way?
getting my hands on it and shooting one, Hootie Hoo says, "I'm poor. I love cheapo,
Peculiar.
huge Barskas." That's what Hootie Hoo says.
Well,
Well, I'm not necessarily impugning the Barska per se. I'm just saying that
no.
if you're introducing a service, what allegedly is going to be a service grade weapon, I mean, I think that's where they're trying to position this. I just don't see you doing that with a.
Have one of the latest and greatest type.
It doesn't even have
Sights
to be
on.
the greatest, just something that's
Well, don't put something on that draws attention away from your gun.
right. Yeah, I mean, you're and again not taking anything. I mean,
And-
there's all for all the.
I just thought of something
it's
else.
just-
All these pictures of this machine pistol, and there's no magazine. Where's
Yeah.
the magazine? Where's the high cap magazine?
So
Come on.
Dan hates you says, "Why is it not in 5.7 if it's called 5.7.1?" I don't know. Yeah, there is no magazine in any of the pictures.
Well, there actually
well,
is
except
one
for the
in-
3D. The 3D one
Right.
has a picture.
a little bitty stubby magazine in it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
where's the big old long or drum or something? Something to go. Oh man, check it out. Cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
It would be
man,
cool to see a 5.7 pistol with that treatment, right? With the extending stock. Maybe like you said, the 3-second mount or whatever it is. And full auto.
Well,
Yeah.
I would imagine this is.
Yeah.
Why else would you make it?
Yeah. As they say, you had me at full auto.
I mean, all you need is a Glock and a B&T whatchamajigger stock arrangement, and you got the same thing. So,
Yeah.
mm.
Well, okay. So I guess that's a no on that one from you guys.
Mm.
Let's see. Who likes it? Just tell us in the chat if it's a yay, or a nay. Just to let us know.
Is it fugly or not?
Yeah. Do you think it's fugly or is it friggin' awesome? Let us know. We will wait for you to tell us what you think of it. And in the meanwhile here, I'm gonna have to actually let's see. What is the heck is happening? There's something weird happening here when I open
So
up
what?
the Okay, so all right, so let me see here. I want to do this face thing on you guys. So with this, where I'm not gonna be able to show it to people and do it at the same time. So we'll have to like do it one at a time here. So let's see. Let's do 13C first. Let's do Joe first because I have a feeling this is gonna be.
Feel it.
I have a. Oh my gosh! Wait, hold on.
What?
Just look up at the screen, Joe. Hold on. No.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm checking out Chrissy
Okay.
Brinkley's
I'm
dog.
gonna. Let's see. Make a nice pose, Joe. Let's see.
Make it. I don't know if I can pose for it, but
Like smile. Let's see. Do a nice
Just
smile
smile.
here. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
all right.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on a second. And let me see. I don't know. Wait. Let me do one more. Let me do one more here, so I can really get this. Okay. Cool. All right. So we got that covered. All right. Let's do Walter. Walter, it's your
What am I
turn.
doing?
You got to look over at the. Wait, hold on a second here. Wait, I think the hat is throwing everything off, but wait, hold on a second. Yeah, hold. Wait, can you just take off the hat for a second? Let me see.
Oh gosh.
Let's see.
I
Come
thought
on,
this was
let's
like a gun show.
Yeah, we'll get to the gun stuff here in a second. The people want
No, you
this.
get shine. That's what you
Oh
get.
no, that's
Alright.
oh no, you might want to put the hat back on. The hat might have been better. Yeah, I say put the hat back on for sure. Yeah, let's see the hat. You'll be happy with the hat, trust me. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Okay, nice smile. Okay.
It's gonna be like Broomhilda.
Oh my gosh, this is okay. So, yeah, let's should I actually show these? Now, do you guys have any money that you want to donate to Hank Strange so that I do not show these pictures on the internet? That's what I'm going to ask right now.
No
So,
way.
okay,
I'm not
let me
paying
see.
your ransom.
Yeah.
Terrorist
So
thug.
I'm going to throw up the pictures right now. So anyone who's looking, you can look in the time delay, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have everyone vote. Who would you much rather date? We're going to show the ones with Joe here.
Oh, that's scary shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to show the ones with Joe right there. Actually, and then here goes Walter.
Oh god, let's see. Still waiting for the delay.
Yeah, we've got to wait for the delay.
Yeah,
here,
this
so.
one, the Walter ones are cracking me up. I'm going to go back through it.
Oh, look
I'm
at
good.
this.
I'm going to leave these here. This is probably the nicest one of Walter. So here we go. Here's your options. Walter,
I'm gonna be ugly as hell.
Walter, which, here's fun chick Walter. That one's always cool. There you go. And then here's Joe.
Oh,
So
dear.
you guys can let us know. Now, let's see their reaction. Are you looking at any of these yet, Joe?
So I didn't click the skip ahead to live broadcast. Ah, crap. Oh my! All right, there's Walter.
Fun chick. Oh, is
Yeah.
that like party chick?
I go through it twice just for funsies.
Oh, ah.
Uh,
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
sure.
So there you go. Not bad. Yeah, that filter is scary, right, Joe? To think, when you think about deep fakes,
interesting.
yeah. When you think
Oh,
about
yeah.
deep fakes, man, oh boy, the stuff that could be done, that could be done with this. I'm not gonna put the female thing on me, but let me see here. I'm gonna show you guys how crazy this tech is. Let's see, what face can I mess around with here while we're doing this? Yeah. All right. So what do you guys?
Haywood Jablomi said Joe is oddly cute.
Yeah, I think Joe was very, very attractive.
Well, Joe's got a long face.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
It's slimming.
Right. So it's a little more. I'm like a Cro-Magnon woman or something.
Okay, so look at this. I'm gonna show you guys this. This is one I'll show off to you guys right now. Check this out.
Am I supposed to look at something?
You're gonna have to look at the delay to see it.
Look.
Okay. I got plenty of time then.
Yeah, I'm doing laser eyes on there. Okay, that's enough playing around. We are children.
It's Super Hank. That's funny.
I do like I do like your
Your blue shirt there ties
I'm
in.
I'm trying to think of his name, the former performer who's dead now.
Oh, Superman.
No,
James.
James Brown. You got James Brown hair going on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have a do. What do people say? Jump
Yeah,
back.
James Brown here, Superman here. You know. The Anku says Walter looks like Melissa McCarthy.
That's
True.
bad.
True. Yeah. Someone saying super strange.
Yeah.
But I think Joe, you did very well in that, man.
Pulled it off.
Yeah.
Pulled it off.
Yeah. You know, is it a good
The
thing
force-
or a bad thing?
The force
Yeah.
is strong with Joe.
Yeah. Don't let Juanita see that thing, by the way. Tell her don't look at this episode.
Don't watch it. Or at least tune out from like 7,
Yeah.
or well, I guess 8 o'clock your time.
Yeah, like, don't look at
8:15.
this.
Just skip that section.
Whatever you do. No, if you tell her that, she's definitely like, it might be too late. Who knows? I don't know. She probably doesn't watch us. Like, so many of our wives, they're like, yeah, I don't even want to know the crap these people are getting up to on this show. So, yeah, but though, you know what? The ability of these things is really freaky.
Scary.
It's freaky, yeah.
Scary.
It's like sci-fi scary. You know,
And this is the free stuff they let us play with. It's not even it's not even the higher end stuff. I mean, God knows what's actually out there that's being used and done.
Yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna try to hit some. Some gun stuff. Here's something that I saw. This is in the Firearms blog. I'll throw this up here. Hank Williams Jr. offers $6,000 to find his grandfather's shotgun.
I saw that too.
Yeah, it's a Remington Model 11/48 16 gauge shotgun that is most likely somewhere in Alabama. And he's willing to pay $6,000 to the finder, no questions asked.
That's
and
cool.
there's a serial number. The serial number of the missing gun ends in 58111.
So it was missing because it was taken, or it's been sold off, or what's the
Let's see. It was a old. I guess his grandpa Shepherd had it when he was growing up. Yeah, I'm trying to find out what happened to it, like how it disappeared.
Right.
Yeah, and he wanted to hand it down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it says in here. Like exactly. Oh. It was probably lost when Hank moved from Coleman to Paris, Tennessee, possibly from his cabin on Smith Lake. If the finder would prefer a gun or guitar, I'm sure that can be arranged. Oh, okay, so it doesn't look like like it was stolen. Maybe he accidentally left it in the house or something like that. What would you guys want if you had the gun around? What would you... Would you just do the honorable
Take the
thing?
money?
Just give him the gun, like, I don't need anything, so good.
Well, he said he'd give you $6,000 for it, right?
Yeah.
And I'll take the $6,000.
Your $6,000. You wouldn't take like guns and maybe a guitar or.
Well, like maybe it's possible. I mean, you know,
Okay.
are you a Hank Williams Jr. fan? I guess that would make a difference. Or are you doing it on an investment? You know, waiting for him to die or something? I don't know.
No, I don't know. I would probably just give it back to him.
For me, it would depend on how I came into possession of it, right?
Oh, okay. If you paid for it.
Right. Yeah. So like, did he sell it? You know, when he was leaving the house, did he sell a bunch of stuff behind, and I bought it, from an estate sale or something like that. When he cleared out, or was it one of those things where he left it in a house I wound up buying and he just forgot it there? Like up in the up above the shelf in the closet or something, where he just accidentally forgot it. I think that would determine whether I accepted, be it money or something else for it, as opposed to just giving it back to him.
Yeah.
I think that would be a huge,
Yeah, I guess
that would be a deciding
Yeah.
factor necessarily. At the same time, I did get laid off last week, so at this
Yeah.
point, $6,000 be sounding pretty good. So
Yeah. No, that I understand, man. You might want to,
yeah.
recover some things. Richard Hughes says selfie with him. BWE Firearms and Parts says pay me what I have in it. Rob D, New York Outcast says market price is a family thing. So there you go. Yeah. So with the have you talked about that on your channel? The fact that you got laid off, is that something that you're talking about?
No, I think this is the first time I publicly mentioned it. It just happened last Wednesday.
Okay.
So I was driving into the day job, and on my drive in, I got an email. In the subject line was termination, and then in the body of the email said, "Please see attached notice of termination." And then there was a small PDF letter attached to it with basically 2 lines. We've decided to cancel your contract. Your services are no longer needed, and it said please return blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And that was it. So 8 years, 8 years working for this guy and his company, and he doesn't even tell me face to face. I haven't seen
sucks.
him. I finished driving to the office because I had all the stuff that what stuff that to be dropped off anyway. So I figured I'm already halfway there. I might as well finish driving in and drop it off, because I was heading in to the main office that day, their office, and boom, dropped it off. There was nobody there except for the new inventory guy. Nobody else was there. The entire place was empty except for the one inventory guy.
Wow.
So he was gone, and normally on a Wednesday morning, coming in at that time of morning, he would have been there. There would have been other people there, and nobody there. So he hasn't talked to me or said a word after that. I did send him an email back, just, like, hey, I dropped off the stuff with the inventory guy, and that was like it. Did nothing. So he hasn't talked to me, nothing. Just boom, that's it. So that's kind of cold and low. I by far the longest employee that's been with him. I stuck through him through what was some difficult times, and basically did all the work of everyone while they were going through.
Yeah, you helped him
shuffling
build
of
up the
ownership
company,
changes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's pretty crappy. But in it, I mean, I'm not necessarily, if he decided he wanted to go a different route with the business and the company, and bring somebody else in that he can pay less because they're fresh out of school or new or whatever. It's a business decision, whatever. But to not be able to, at least tell me to my face, that's pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, at least a phone call if you can't do the face-to-face. And don't make a dude drive all the way in, and get that somewhere on the way in. At least, like, early in the morning or in the evening or something before, call you up or something and talk to you. Yeah, man, that sucks. So I guess there's people out there that don't want to do any of this face-to-face stressful stuff. And the world we live in today allows people to get away with that.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's not like he doesn't know me. It's not like he's some random, HR guy or some random person that's, only had minimal contact with me. I mean, he's known me for 8 years. I mean, he knows me, he knows my family. It's not like I'm some unknown entity. That's, just some random guy with some random big company or anything. It's not a large company. We know each other very well. So
yeah. It sucks, man. Hopefully there's better things out there for you now. What are you planning on doing, or you haven't had time to?
These past few days have been just kind of, I hate to use the term processing what happened, because it's because that's kind of become lame. At the same time, Wednesday was basically just kind of getting everything sorted out, coming back home and just being like, all right, well, what now? And then Tuesday and Wednesday were, I reached out to some other contacts and stuff. The weekend, I just completely tuned myself out. I shot on I went out back. I did some shooting, just clear my mind, spent time with the family and stuff like that. Today was my first day of actually trying to get my mind back on board. But, I don't even need to go back into that field necessarily. I may try and pursue maybe something with some marketing here in the firearms industry. I don't know. One thing I did today, and I just launched it today, I launched a Patreon account for the first time for the channel.
Okay, cool. What's your Patreon?
It'd be patreon.com/13C, so 13C.
Okay.
And it's listed as 13C Media. I figured that if they're Patreon's been talking about, cracking down on different types of content, so I figured 13C Media was a better name than 13C Gun Reviews.
Yep.
So, for people who obviously they know, who are watching right now, what we do can get pricey. I never really did Patreon before because I had a full-time day job. Most of what I did here was afternoons and weekends. A lot of the video you see shot is done in the late afternoon. You can tell where the sun's coming in. I'm doing it when I'm getting home, getting done with the day job from the day, or weekends. That's pretty much when I did everything. So having a full-time day job, most of what I did is fun. I enjoyed doing it as a hobby, and then bringing the camera along because most of it I would have done anyway. Yeah, there was definitely more rounds and stuff like that that I would fire than necessarily for some stuff, unless it was a go-to gun. But you got to put rounds through stuff to make sure it works, and to actually, if you're going to put something out, you want to make sure it's just fire 1 or 2 mags. But having that full-time day job, I never really, what little money was still coming in from YouTube, whatever, I could supplement it from the day job, and that's what I did. But now that that's gone, if I want to keep making content, I'm going to have to do something to supplement some of those outlays, so I'm not having anything else coming in.
Yeah. You know what? I encourage everyone out there. If you're on Patreon, go support 13. It's 13C or just 13C reviews.
So it'd be the name would be 13C Media. You'll see the same 13C logo you see there.
Okay.
If you do patreon.com/13C, it'll take you right to that page. So it's just patreon.com/13C, and it'll take you right there. Any support I'd appreciate. And if you don't feel like doing the Patreon thing, we still have our little swag shop where you can get we still got patches that we made up before, plenty of different patches, and then the 13C fight soaps and stuff. If you'd rather do that, I created some basic tiers with some stuff on there. This is my first time even really looking seriously at Patreon, so we'll flesh it out moving forward to maybe figure out what exactly to do with the tiers and stuff. I just kind of mirrored what I've seen other channels do and just kind of took it from there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, if the folks out there can help out, please do that. Make sure you're subscribed. 13C Gun Reviews on YouTube, and then I think you're on Gunstreamer as well, right? And
we are, yeah. So we're on Gunstreamer, as well as Full 30.
Okay. Right, and you're on Facebook and Twitter and all those kinds of things, right?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just get out there, support 13C Joe. If you know of a gig maybe in the industry or something like that in marketing or something, hit him up, let him know about it. Or if you're at a company, you're looking for someone to help out with the marketing. Boom, there you go. A guy who's been doing it for a while. So, I hate to switch from something like terrible like that. No. It's fine. Let's. Yeah. I would like to stay positive. Today is a good distraction. Absolutely.
So
okay. Yeah. So I see. Trey is out there. Our friend Trey from Aries Firearms Training. And today's actually his birthday, so I just want to make sure we shouted him out and said happy birthday. He is 155 today. 155.
155 years young.
So happy birthday to Trey. Many happy returns on his birthday. It looks like he was having fun when I was looking at it on Facebook, man. He was doing everything, smoking cigars, doing the whole thing, having a good old time. So awesome, yeah. Cool. I think Trey is still busy fixing up stuff. We got to get him to come in on the show here. Have you ever been on the podcast with Trey, Joe? Can't remember.
I don't think I have. I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, because I've been on several. I'm trying to think of all the ones I've been on, and I don't know if I have. I don't think so.
Yeah.
If I did, and then I forgot, and then I feel bad.
Okay. Richard Mondo says, Joe, take a look on NSSF. There are some jobs like that. So.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. You might
appreciate
want to look. Yeah, you might want to look into that. So, Let's see. Weston Probst also say there's lots of people saying happy birthday to Trey and all that, and then lots of people upset about the whole thing that happened with you as well, Joe. So. I
appreciate the support, everybody.
Yeah. One door closes, man. Another one opens. You're still here. You got, you've got your health. You've got the family. Those are the most valuable things, I think. So.
It is, and I look at it with I've got probably 2 months worth of stuff I can throw on the smoker and grill. Meat and stuff in 2 freezers. I'm still going to be good for at least 2 months, no matter what, because I got a boatload of stuff. I literally not long ago stocked up for kind of the summer grilling smoking season, as some of the specials were coming up. So my freezers are stacked pretty deep. So I mean, in terms of everything else, there are definitely worse times it could have happened. So yeah, like you said, when one door closes, another opens, and I'm glad to at least say I still got my health and everything else, and that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll find some new opportunities opening up here. Let's see. I'm afraid to go to another gun story here because I don't know what Walter's going to think about it. But on the
I got a quick one.
Okay,
I
go
just
ahead.
saw it on Fox News. I don't know if you've seen it.
What?
Ice-T calls out Amazon after he almost shot one of their company's delivery drivers.
What?
I guess a guy showed up delivering Amazon at his house and he didn't have any kind of uniform on and he almost shot him.
No good. Yeah. Well, that was on Fox News?
Yeah, Fox News, yeah.
Oh.
Just a
interesting.
quickie, just a quick little one.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
I've had some sketchy looking vehicles pull up over these past few weeks, delivering packages. Maybe not sketchy looking vehicles per se in that regard, but I mean just cars just showing up and somebody getting out. Now normally they have some kind of, not necessarily from Amazon, because Amazon doesn't deliver directly out where I'm at, but as far as like FedEx especially, there's been some random FedEx guys. They're wearing FedEx uniforms, but they're pulling up in like a Prius or a Dodge pickup truck or just a nondescript 1980s looking minivan, panel van. So I can see that. I mean I guess if you're a movie star, having somebody show up like that, it could be a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, there was. Go ahead.
Especially
Go
if they
ahead.
weren't wearing some kind of uniform.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I get both sides of it because I did some courier work for a while too, like a courier driver, and you're not in any kind. You're in your vehicle because you're doing like a contractor, and you're just wearing your clothes and you show up at people's places carrying a package. So that was a long time ago, before Amazon. Back when we were riding horses doing that. But
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I kind of get both sides of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things. Hootie Hoo says, I live in the boonies. Everyone showing up is met with a gun. Harry's Holster says, don't mess with Ice-T. Here's one of the things I could say to you guys here before I read into this article. Remember, there was a rapper. I'm trying to remember his name right now. There was a rapper that had a home invasion based around packages, where someone came and like rang the doorbell like they were leaving packages. Oh man, I can't believe I'm like forgetting the name of this rapper right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Someone will remind me. We were talking about him. It was it was Pimp C's partner. I'm trying to remember his name and it's slipping my mind. Anyway, yeah. So and that was pretty horrific thing that they went through, because the guy rang the doorbell. His wife went to the door. The guy pushed in, had a gun to her head.
Oh, that's why he went outside. He went outside naked and chased him down.
Yeah, because he was sitting on the throne, at the time. So he like came out of the bathroom, went upstairs, got his gun, chased the guy. They got into a shootout. It got really crazy. So I think I understand the idea of like we're living in the gig economy where there's lots of people out there doing these jobs. I would say, and some of them could be our kids, right? This is what people are going to be doing in the future. This is the working at McDonald's and all that. And actually there's grown-ups doing these jobs just because they have to have multiple gigs to make a living. The company should have some kind of identifiers, like some kind of magnetic sticker, some kind of big badge or something that you wear, something that identifies you as someone doing something for a particular service, to maybe save your life or just keep you from getting into sticky situations. Let's see what he says. Rapper Ice-T said Tuesday that he almost shot an Amazon delivery driver because the worker wasn't wearing a uniform. He shared the episode on Twitter and Amazon, and said he shared it on Twitter, and said Amazon should require its employees to wear vests identifying themselves as Amazon workers. Message to Amazon: now that you have regular people making your home deliveries, Maybe they should wear a vest with Amazon delivery on it. Ice-T, whose real name is Tracy Lauren Marrow, tweeted, I almost shot a MF creeping up to my crib last night, just saying. Oh, boy. Yeah. They should consider this, man. You know, I'm sure that they're doing some kind of background checks on these people, but we don't know that necessarily, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a common scam too to drive up to somebody's house and get out with an empty box, put it on their porch, and then either the box is hollow and they set it on top of another box that's there to steal the package underneath it, so it looks like they're only walking back with the same one they had, or they walk up to the door with something and they not ring on the doorbell, you open it and boom. I mean, we've all seen those doorbell cams and stuff that that ads that come up of people doing actual real events of people doing that. It's common.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that like people say, I see Greg98K says FedEx here uses rental vans. I know for me out in the country that happens sometimes, but usually those people have uniforms on still.
They always usually.
Yeah, they don't have maybe enough vehicles, or a vehicle breaks down or something like that, and then they have to get a rental.
They're contractors is what they are.
Yeah, or they're contractors, but they have some kind of official thing. Not to say that someone can't put on an official looking thing and still try to jack you. I think you should always, like the Bun B, that was the name of the guy that happened to, Bun B. You should always have your gun on you. Don't like be in a situation where you're sitting on the toilet and all, because that's when hell's gonna break loose. You know that.
I've watched enough movies to know that's when it goes down.
Yeah. This is why I believe in home carry, by the way, because you never know. Someone could be looking totally official. You can have someone roll up to you in a uniform of a cop or UPS or whatever. If people really go through something to catch you unawares, anything can happen. Always, please do home carry it. I would just advise people to do that. Worst case scenario, you get into a little bit of a struggle with someone. You would still have some kind of opportunity to fight back. Here's the thing. We always say that guns don't kill people. People do that. Well, so if you have some badass guns and they're sitting in a safe, when someone kicks in that door, those guns are not coming out to save your ass. So
they're locked up and
put something on you.
As much as I love these tactical walls, I've got one here in the office right behind me with Glock 17 and a PS90 in it. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm right here when something goes down, I keep the device I need to open this like right very close by. I can get into it really quick. But unless you're right next to it, you're gonna have to run across the house. You're gonna run rooms or whatever. It's not that I love these things, especially for keeping a rifle or a small carbine or something handy. Especially living out here on the farm. You need it on you because like you said, especially, let's say you're in the room opposite of where it is and the door or window they break through and come through is in between you and whatever quick access gun you have.
Yeah.
You still got to go through them.
Yeah.
And it's not worth the chance. It's
no.
not worth it.
Always have something on you. Just think about that. I'm not trying to force anyone to do anything. I'm just telling you that shit goes down when you do not expect it. Stuff goes down when you don't expect it. Moobutt says, but I have to take my piece out of my prison wallet when I do potty. All right. Yes. In your situation, I understand. In the prison wallet. Look, there's lots of guns you could very easily carry on you. Glock 42, 43, the P365. There's a ton of things. You can carry Derringers. Those usually you have to cock back the hammer, just like whatever works for you, have something. Just think about this and be armed, because a lot of times, people will have you come to the door. Once someone kicks open that door and you go into surprise mode, like I know everyone thinks they're badass, but when you go into surprise mode, even there's going to be some amount of time there that you're going to be shocked. I don't care how badass you are. So that's time that you're losing to think, oh, I'm going to go back over here and get my AK. No.
And especially if it's not in something that isn't brain dead simple to open, The RFID, this one's actually magnetic, but the RFID other version of the tactical walls that I have, for example, all you have to do is get that RFID card on there, and you're in, which is great. But if it's not close enough nearby, you've got that to deal with. At least if it's on you, boom, you're there. It doesn't matter where you are, you're ready to go. And like you said, if I'm awake, I've got pants on. If I've got pants on, I appendix carry, something all the time. Mm-hmm. If it's normally it's something, full size, like a Glock 19. If it's not though, that Springfield, or not Springfield, no, definitely not. Smith & Wesson Shield has been my go-to as my just lightweight bang around type gun. And it's got, 7+1 rounds in there to get me wherever I need to go. Mm-hmm. And that'll at least get me across the house or to whatever I need. Worst case scenario, if the first 7 don't get it done, I can at least stand a chance at fighting to get to something better.
Yeah, 2 rounds could save you, or 1 round for that matter. So Dan Hates You says appendix carry.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, if that's what you need to do. Safety first, though. But please, I just want people to consider that. So. Because I know that situations happen, they sneak up on you and all that kind of stuff. So, and it happens.
That could happen.
Yeah. Or sometimes, look, I think also like how we live in Florida. This is the kind of place you don't really want to just go outside your house just like that. You never know. You never know. There's creatures outside there, but there's people sometimes, like how you have a big property like I do. There could be some. Yeah, you think that's a joke? There's, sometimes there's people.
I'm not. I get it. I'm not saying it's a joke.
All right. So I want to share with you guys a real story that happened here on the hacienda, on the northern hacienda, not the southern, not Hank's southern hacienda.
Oh,
so
I thought you had 2 haciendas. I was like, wait a second, you got a north and a south.
No. So there was an incident about 2 miles from here as the crow flies. It's like the closest little only piece of actual store, which is a little diner. And somebody was driving, a mother and father were driving by, and they saw their car in the parking lot. Well, they called the cops, but before the sheriffs got there, they decided to go in and confront their son, who was in his 30s, I want to say, for why he stole their car. So of course they go in, they confront the son MFs them and runs out, jumps in the car and drives off. Just as the cops are pulling up, sheriffs chase him. Long story short, basically, big farmland, there's like big country roads out here where they're basically just big rectangles where all the roads are, acres and acres and acres. So they do their thing. He winds up, or just before the sheriffs show up, the parents get in the car and drive after him. He runs the parents' car off the road, crashes their car, does felony hit and run. And the cops finally catch up to him way down the road, and he winds up hitting a cop car and bailing, and then on foot runs and hoofs it across what would have to be at least a mile of farmland to wind up literally almost on my range, on my farmland, but almost right at the range, where deputies take him into custody. Well, the house, doing whatever around the house, and next thing you know, you see a stream of sheriff's deputies' cars flying down. Our drive was about 500 feet long off the road, flying down the driveway. Well, K9 had chased this guy into the field, and now, so if he...
They were doing a pincer move on him, I guess, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So they flew down my driveway because it was the only real access point here to get back to where they were, and they wound up, all of them intercepting them right there, back there by my range. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy. Anyway, if he would have made it another 150, 200 yards, considering he had just made it a mile, if he would have made another 150 yards, it was a nice, this was 2 years ago, it was a nice spring afternoon. We had all the windows and doors open. Screens were up, but screen doors aren't going to stop anything. He would have been right in the house. Yep. And he was felony evading at that point. Who knows what he would have done?
Yeah, once a guy is running like all that, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah,
it's not going to be reasonable.
So there's a real life thing of where on-body carry would have mattered, because if somebody came through that screen door, he's in. I mean, there's not even a split-second delay coming in. You just run right through the screen and you're in.
Yeah. Here, let me throw this up for you guys. Home invader stabs himself after being shot by homeowner in daughter's bedroom. You saw that, Walt?
I saw it, but I was like, stabs himself.
Yeah. So here's the crazy thing. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put this back on you guys. It says this one isn't your typical defensive gun use story, as the Daily Mail puts it. What appeared to start as a home invasion in Texas turned into a bizarre string of events that has shocked police. A Houston man woke up early yesterday morning to the sound of breaking glass and found an armed man in his 13-year-old daughter's bedroom. The dude was armed. Police said the father confronted the man and wrestled to get the man's gun away from him. The father was able to get the man's gun and shot him, officials said. After the man was shot, he went downstairs and began stabbing himself, police said. To be clear, the wounded home invader went downstairs into the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and stabbed himself. Yeah, so...
Little Harry Carey?
Yeah, when you get a crazy person in your house and you're not prepared for it, yeah. I remember one day we were all like, we were all watching a movie. That's what I love. I love watching movies when I'm chilling out with the family, and I have like 6 acres, and my house is in the middle, so and I have got a gate and all that kind of stuff. So all of a sudden, somebody starts banging on the door like it's the popo. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So, of course, like, you know, I go to the door, and I always have a gun on me. But I was like, oh, I might need extra guns. So I look through the peephole. It's a guy that did some work on the property. And he was always like a sketchy, you know, the people who do stuff are always a little bit sketchy. But he apparently needed some money and came to the gate and was honking, but we didn't hear him. So he decided to jump over my gate. And my super attack dog let him come all the way up to the door and bang on the door. And I was like, dude, are you crazy? Are you trying? Are you trying to have something happen to you? You know? But he wanted money. He was like, oh, you know, I just needed some money, and I figured you guys were over here. So this guy jumped my gate, came to the door, was banging on the door like I owed him money. You know? Yeah. So don't ever, you know, for me, always be ready for stuff that's going to happen. You know, you have to be careful. Even I remember someone telling me that here in Florida, there were these kids, I guess they were in some kind of gang, and they committed a crime. And this woman, her son, decided he was going to testify against him. So these kids wanted to stop him from testifying, and they were just walking around the neighborhood, knocking on somehow in court, they got the general area of where these people were. So they just went to this neighborhood, and they were walking around knocking on people's doors to see, you know, if this guy, like, does he live in this house? Does he live in that house? And I'm thinking, this is Florida. These people are really crazy. Because if you come to my door looking for one of my kids, I don't think you're leaving. You know, but people do crazy things. This is the thing. People do crazy things. So when someone decides to do something crazy, you need to be able to meet them with an equal or more powerful level of crazy. That's how you neutralize that. So, yeah. So, all right.
I just think people need to live in the reality of the world that we live in. You know, and some folks that I tell anybody care, like, well, you've got an 85, 90-pound German Shepherd. What do you care? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, he's one of the layers of defense. He's not, you know, I'm not going to bet my life that, you know, it's just going to be the dog that's going to protect me, you know.
Yeah. Your German Shepherd's pretty rowdy, though. He's pretty rowdy.
Wow. He is. He's good. And I want to say, well, maybe that was 2.5 years ago. I don't know. He was a pup at the time. So our German Shepherd now is right at 3 years old. So he was still a pup at the time. So it could have been 2.5 years ago, not 2 years ago. But he was still a pup at the time. He was still a little, you know, 15, 20-pound little fella. Now he's full grown, and, well, he is rowdy, as you say.
Yeah.
He doesn't take kindly to people driving up or coming to the door. He gets pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's move on from that. I don't want to be too preachy to people. You know.
Oh, sure. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. Just trying to save you. Let's see. What other news stuff did you see? Did you say that you saw something, Walter?
No. Well, I'm looking at something on the Firearms blog, but it's not news.
Oh. Oh, are you looking
just
at the
about
Thompson?
guns.
Are you looking at the Thompson? Here, let me throw this up. If you saw this
No,
on the Firearms.
I saw that. That's just a stock with a bunch of laser work on it. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, that's laser. That's not handcrafted. This Thompson Auto.
No, that's done.
Ordnance Adjusters Limited?
That's
The D-Day.
That's done with a
Oh.
done with a CO2 laser.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So this is to commemorate D-Day, I guess. But I think I saw these in person at NRA show.
Oh, okay.
Yep, because I remember seeing this 1911 too. The 1911 is the same CO2 laser. That looks pretty good, actually.
Well, I'm not. Oh, I have. Okay, let me open up the story.
Yeah, did you scroll down and see the 1911? So there's a Thompson. So there's a
that's done with a laser too.
Yeah. The 19 is that a 1911? Yeah, that 1911 looks good.
You can't. Well, if that was done by hand, you wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do that stuff with a laser. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So lots of D-Day. How many people are going out to this D-Day thing that you're doing?
Oh, there'll be thousands of people there.
Okay, thousands of people.
Because this is probably the last time, one of the last times there's going to be any veterans there. Just because of the age of the veterans.
Yeah.
So, not that that'll stop. And again, happening next year and another 5 years, but still.
Well, veterans
we
from
went
World
5
War
years
II,
ago.
you mean? Veterans from World War II. I mean, we got veterans coming in from all different things.
Correct.
But from the actual how many
Right,
of those guys are left alive right now?
Not a whole lot. So they can travel and do that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so I mean they have something every year over there, but every 5 years it's bigger than the normal celebrations. So, but I mean there's not a whole lot of them left, and there's not a whole lot. The ones that are left, some of them can't travel and do stuff like that. So it's
those are the lucky
coming
ones.
to the end of that whole.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walt.
But I'm saying just coming to the end of seeing veterans there. So
yeah.
at least they're alive. But at least and period veterans. I mean, someone from a later thing is they're veterans, but they're not, and they weren't there. So a little bit different.
What's crazy about that is that, I mean, obviously there's been wars since World War II, right? But we're all living still in the relative peace since World War II.
There hasn't been
we're all benefiting from that,
On that scale,
Well,
yeah.
Well, I guess we are in some respects. In some respects we are, other respects we're not. So, and what I mean about that is like what happened in Switzerland. There's this like, we don't need no guns. We're okay. There's no enemies. We'll be okay. Okay, sure. Just keep thinking that way.
Yeah.
But so there's the boogeyman's not as big of a boogeyman anymore. So.
Well, so here's the thing that I always say, but Lola was telling me the other day that people don't know what it is. I always say "Si vis pacem parabellum." Do you guys know what that is?
If you want peace, prepare for war.
Yeah. Yeah. So I always say that, man. Like if you want to live in a peaceful world, just be ready to just be ready to bring it. That's the thing that keeps the world peaceful. When everyone don't be surprised someone rolls up into Switzerland. Well, I mean, I know you're going to say they're already pretty much getting rolled up on. But, I mean, you're going to start seeing things happening in certain parts of the world. Look, didn't they just have an election in Australia and everyone's surprised at who won the elections over there? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, they want to throw the socialists out.
Yeah, because the people on the right won the elections, and I was reading something today. They were like, the polls didn't predict that, the betting didn't predict that. No one predicted that. I was like, how the hell did this happen?
Trump. Yeah. That's what happened. Same thing is going on in Italy. Same thing is going on kind of in France and in England, by the way, too. So
I heard that Le Pen may actually may actually be getting a win next time around, or she's regaining more popularity, something like that.
Well, because look at all the churches that are burned, and I'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not hard to figure out what's going on in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's because of these liberal leftist socialist ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
and once you lose your culture, it's gone. So,
Yeah.
Just and that it might not be the boogeyman. Might not be the Russians. The boogeyman could be the neighborhood down the street, so to speak. So
Yeah. Well, I think it goes back. I hate to bring this up, but it goes back to what we were just talking about. Metaphorically, right? If I'm saying to people, always be ready, make sure you home carry, be ready if something happens to you when you're in the safety of your home. It's the same thing with nations. Don't act like, oh, nobody's going to come over here. Don't act like that. Be ready. Be prepared.
Switzerland's got a ton of money, and arguably they have the best cheese in the world. I mean, come on.
Hold on a second now.
Just saying. It's true.
Have you had government cheese?
Yes, I have. It's been a long time.
No, and I don't.
You
Been
don't
a long
want to?
time. I was probably single digits, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, okay.
Right in there, yeah.
Yeah.
And man, you could make some serious macaroni and cheese with that.
Yeah, seriously, that's American cheese. Okay,
That was fantastic.
some cheese with some cojones.
Do they still actually have that same good quality cheese now today, or do they not have that?
I don't
anymore?
know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But sometimes I have a craving for it.
You can't get.
It was like one of the world's best kind of not super sharp cheddars, but it was good. I remember it.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in a long time.
You can't
Holy cow.
digitize and get it with an EBT card cheese.
Okay.
You have to physically go someplace, and they don't force anybody to physically go anywhere because that's too embarrassing. I think.
Yeah,
embarrassing.
That's too restrictive.
Or you don't want to be seen picking up your check. So they might have. I'm sure the government's got some cheese someplace.
Yeah, so now we're going to have a little bit of a food fight here. James Miller says, don't forget the chocolate and Swiss watches. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget the Pinsgauer and the Halflinger and
Oh, boy.
and all the other cool Swiss military vehicles. So, yeah.
So Dan Hates You says,
And they
Havarti. Go ahead. Go
And
ahead,
they got
Bob.
a bunch of cool rifles too, and
Okay.
pistols. So
All
just
right.
don't,
True.
Yeah.
Dan Hates You says, Havarti or jalapeno cheese is more better. So there you
I
go.
don't know. I mean, it's just. I mean, there are a
No.
lot of good quality cheeses. Havarti's good. You've got Munster cheese, which is probably one of my all-time favorites. But there's something about Swiss cheese that goes with virtually everything. I don't know what it is.
Swiss goes with everything?
Virtually everything.
No.
Virtually.
I would say a good American cheese goes with everything.
yeah.
Now, are you talking
American
about a real
cheese
American
is not
cheese?
cheese.
Yeah.
Are you
Huh?
talking about like a real, like back in the day American cheese, or
Yeah.
a food process?
No. I'm not
stuff?
talking.
Yeah,
No. I'm not talking about that process. When I talk American, I'm talking about the government cheese. I
That-
think.
You're talking about cheddar cheese then, probably.
Is that what was
not-
that? What was that?
You're not talking about like a Kraft singles.
No,
that's
I'm
not-
not talking about the Kraft singles.
Processed Velveeta.
Yeah, those things are
garbage.
just frozen butter.
That's probably like a cheddar cheese that was in those blocks.
Yeah,
It was a type of cheddar. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it wasn't a mild cheddar.
a
It had just a
mild-
little bit of substance to it.
Yeah, but those someone here said those are good for like grilled cheese. You could use those for anything, man. You could make nice cheese to go on a burger. Yeah, that was those are the good old days. I actually haven't had that in a long time. I remember my mom would go stand online and get a bunch of those blocks. They were blocks like the size of a loaf of bread.
It was yeah, in a brown box with USDA stamp on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom would get a couple of those, and then she would keep like one or two for us, and then she would do trading, like around the neighborhood. Because I mean, my mother's old school, man. She's from the old country.
She was a cheese dealer then.
Yeah, my mom's old school, man. Very resourceful. So she would always trade things with people, like do this for someone, and then always trading something. So
That's all right.
sometimes sometimes she would make me, like, there was these old people, she would make me go carry stuff for them. Like, oh yeah, you need some help with that? Just, my son's right here. He's free labor. I have to go off and do do work for them. So I don't know. If someone knows what kind of cheese that was, that's the cheese. You know what they say?
I'm seeing somebody saying it was Sharp American. I don't know
Sharp
if that.
American? Okay.
I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it was like more like a cheddar than an American cheese. It wasn't like a hard cheddar, but it was a substantial thing of cheese. It wasn't like any kind of Velveeta block or something. It was a good quality, substantial cheese.
It has to be for storage. It's got to be shelf stable, I guess we'll call it, or something like that.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I think. You know how they say, like, your first loves are always the thing that you'll be into? So like if the first girl that you ever were crazy about was a blonde or this thing or that thing, you're always going to be into that. That's the way I feel about cheeses. I know there's more sophisticated, elegant, uppity cheeses, but those cheeses don't really, they don't really matter to me. The first cheese is always the cheese you go back to. Someone somehow, because we're bringing up food, is bringing up like my love of a well-cooked steak because they want to start trouble.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot about that. I forgot you and I had one beef. I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Let's not go there.
No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's stay away from
There's
that.
not enough. There's not enough. There's only 8 minutes left. There's not enough.
Let's not start the war. Have you ever had a steak with cheese on it?
Swiss
Blue
cheese.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese? Oh, blue cheese. Oh, that's it. Okay. Walter, you say Swiss. You've had the Swiss
I said Swiss,
cheese.
yeah.
What was the kind of cheese? It's not Swiss, and it wasn't. There was some other kind of. It's a whitish cheese. Like Swiss, I know is kind of like a white cheese.
Mozzarella?
No, it was something else. It was more. It was more flavorful. Maybe
provolone.
Maybe it was Munster or something like that.
That's a white cheese too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little orange hue to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, blue cheese on the right piece of steak is fantastic. I don't do it often, but good quality, like crumbled blue cheese, like actual blue cheese, not like a dressing, but actual.
Oh, you mean
cheese.
like the crumbs?
Yeah, the crumbles. Oh my gosh, melt them on there. They are good.
Dan Hates You says Hank has all those goats and hasn't said anything about goat cheese. No, goat cheese is not a good cheese.
It's an acquired taste, and no, not for me.
That's not a good cheese. If you actually smell a goat, and then you go to eat anything that like that is gonna mess you up. The only thing that could kill that goat smell is curry. You curry the crap out of some goat meat, then it's good.
The only thing that cured that goat smell?
Oh gosh. Speaking of which, we got to do gun porn, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do some gun stuff here before we get into trouble. Let's.
All right.
Oh.
All right. I got to actually look at the delay screen here so I know what's actually in frame here since we're doing the new thing here. Let me try because I haven't had the thing up. I'll do it now, so maybe we can take a look here. All right, so this is going to be right about here-ish, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
So this is we got a bunch of different projects in the lineup, but this is something that's been here for a little while. This is the quarter circle 10 custom build that we were doing.
You're full screen now, so you could do anything.
Okay,
You're
cool.
full screen, yeah.
So so there's this guy. It's a quarter circle 10 upper and lower combo. I wound up getting their rail for it, which is specifically made. So it's cut to the exact length for the 7.5-inch barrel, which means the barrel ends like right about here. So you can put, whatever kind of can on it you want. SB Tactical PDW brace on here, and we've got a the ALG Defense ACT trigger in here, which we're going to be giving one of those away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ALG, so their sister company. We're going to be giving one of those away in our newsletter if you're not signed up for our newsletter.
What's that optic on there? Sorry, I don't know if you said it already.
No, this is a Holosun 507C. So we did a video on this.
Yeah. Can you give us a closer look? Like put it closer to the screen? Let's take a look at that.
Sure.
Okay.
Try and
507C, you said from Holosun?
507C, yeah.
Okay.
So that's it right there. And yes, it does take Glock magazines, and last round bolt hold open for Glock mags as well. So here's a 31 on here.
Side. I love
back.
the side.
Actually, I might want to slap it in there, right?
Yeah.
So there it is. Yeah. So this thing is, the side charger on here.
What's
This
that
is
lower?
actually-
Sorry. Go ahead.
This is a quarter circle 10 lower as
quarter
well.
circle,
So
okay.
the build kit comes with a barrel upper and lower, and the variable weight buffer and bolt carrier group. And then I actually went with I went onto their website and just bought the separately the rail to go on here to match up, because I actually have I had a Geisley rail on here that I wanted to use for this, but because it's this billet upper side charger upper, it won't fit on here with the anti-rotation tabs. So I'll use that on another project that we've got and put it on one of our old 300 blackout projects. But yeah, we've got that kicking.
Len Holt wants to know if that's reciprocating bolt.
No.
I'm going to assume not. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
No, it isn't. So it will actually. Oh, no. Here. So
It's going to work just like a charging
there's-
handle, right?
Yeah. So there's a little detent on here. If you take a look at it, and on here you can see there's a little lever that you have to pull to actually release it. So right now it's free. You see it there, but you push it forward, and then it locks into place. So to release it, you actually have to, when you pull on this, you have to pull the little handle here to release the clip so it'll actually come back. Otherwise, it stays in place, not just with the detent, but with this actual handle to unlock it. So I have one other 9mm build I did, which just had that little detent there, and half the time it would come out under recoil and come back and smack you in the face, which was not cool. The other nice thing about this one is, even if it does come all the way back, it stops right there. It's not like the other ones which are longer that come back and poke you in the eye. It actually stops right there. So
okay,
that's
cool.
nice too.
DCG44 wants to know, how do you like that two-piece grip? Does it get dirt, etc., in the gap between the two parts?
So I haven't had this thing rolling around in the dirt or anything. This is actually I took this off of a different lower that I hadn't put it on here because I wanted something to match up with the colors. Initially, I was going with the Geisley DDC rail, and it would have lined up color-wise just a little bit differently. So I pulled it off, put it on this one. So this one has been used before on the other 9mm pistol lower build, actually. And I haven't had any issues with that, but I haven't tried to roll it around in the dirt. This is something that I take out and I spray a lot of rounds down range with. But I haven't tried to beat it up. At the same time, it's nice with this variable angle so that you can adjust the angle down just a little bit lower than your standard grip. So it's much more natural when you get in there, as opposed to having your hand cranked back a little more and trying to almost having a bird wing it when you get it in so close to your shoulder here. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna, make incidental contact with your shoulder on this.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. Go ahead. What's that, Walter?
So yeah.
No, I got some non-gun news.
Uh-oh.
About my trip.
Uh-oh.
We were supposed to have, in France the ice situation's always bad, right?
Oh, the ice.
We're supposed to have some ice makers. The ice, we're supposed to be having some ice makers delivered. Mm-hmm. They got stolen in shipment.
Stolen? Whoa. Someone took out the ice makers.
Yeah, so I'm. Yeah. So that's bad. That's traumatic news. We have to get some ice makers for. How can you have a proper cocktail without ice?
I know, man. That's just savagery. Len Holt wants to know if you have a video on that yet. Joe.
I just saw that. So hopefully this video will be up by next. It's Monday now. So next Monday. Okay. Hopefully, if everything goes well, maybe not Monday, maybe Tuesday, since Monday's Memorial Day. We'll have time to get the rest of this done next weekend. I put a ton of rounds through it already. We've my buddy Gunrunner, who was in the chat earlier, he brought over a can last week, and we put a bunch of rounds suppressed through this. So far, I couldn't be happier with this build. It's done really well. I'm pleased with how it's done. Hasn't skipped a beat yet. So I'm ready to pretty much go and finish and finalize everything up, which will hopefully be this weekend, this week, and then edit it at some point this weekend, whatever weather cooperates.
Okay.
Hammer out there and get more stuff on there. I've got shots of it being shot suppressed and stuff, but to get out there and do it right, rather than trying to stand around inside and do it. So
yeah, absolutely. He says he'll check it out. Len says that.
The
What's that?
the quarter circle 10 guys, they make the MP5 lowers, don't they? MP5 magazine lowers. Or they just make
is
Glock
that
lowers.
Quarter Circle 10 or
Glock mag
no? It
lowers.
wasn't. Maybe it was Quarter Circle 10 doing
So
that.
Quarter Circle 10 makes Colt 1911 mag lowers. I know that for sure because I have one of their Colt lowers, which I'm going to wind up now that things are. I'm going into a sort of sell mode. Obviously, I won't try and do any of that here, so we don't get in trouble on YouTube. But so some of those other things that I've had in the past, like the Colt pattern lower build that I have, I'm going to wind up parting with that and some other stuff. So if anybody's interested in any kind of list, you can always shoot me an email and do that. So there's a handful of things I'm probably just going to, before I get desperate to get rid of things, I'm just going to start thinking about things to just start pushing out a little bit. That way, at least it'll free up some operating cash, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Understood.
Before I get desperate and up against the wall, I'm like, oh my God, I got to do something.
Yeah. Don't get rid of the guns until you absolutely have to.
A few of the things that I just really don't, shoot with anymore or anything else. Now that I've got a good solid Glock lower one, I really don't need the Colt pattern one. The only reason why I had any Colt pattern mags at all, and I only have a handful, is for that build from before. So I really don't. It's one of those things that I don't need anymore.
Do you just have the lower, or is it a whole gun?
I do have the whole gun. I've got it's got a different side charging upper on it that's not a like mate for it. It's I forget the side charging upper that's on it now, but it's a different side charging upper and rail. So yeah, I've got a complete one, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that upper. I don't know if I'm going to part it out, if it'd be easier to sell it as a pair. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. You guys get in touch with 13C Joe on that and let him know. Actually, you know what? We're over the 9 o'clock hour, so we should probably wrap it up here. How do the folks out there get in touch with you, Joe? How can they follow you, etc., all that good stuff?
Well, here on YouTube, we're 13C Gun Reviews. At Instagram, we're at 13C Gun Reviews. Facebook, we're 13. Well, everywhere pretty much we're 13C Gun Reviews. Full 30, the whole 9 yards. And then sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already. We're probably going to be switching over some of our giveaways coming up over to the Patreon side of things now that we're launching our Patreon. But we still have the ALG ACT trigger that's going to be given away via the newsletter Independence Weekend. So I think it's going to be like July 5th or 6th, whatever that last Sunday is there. Maybe it's the 6th. So there's going to be that one. And the newsletter is a great way to stay in contact with us. So if we get, deplatformed anywhere, be it, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, it's a good way to reach out to us there. And obviously we launched the thing. I see somebody just put in an order at our Big Cartel swag shop for some 13C patches. Oh, cool. We really appreciate that. And we've got that too, which is Big Cartel. And 13C Gun Reviews there. So 13C and cool patches and stuff. The only stuff we sell there are the unique patches and swag like we have here. So those are best way to get in contact with us and whatnot. Yeah. And the website 13cgunreviews.com.
Okay, and then what's the best one for like DMing you?
You can send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. You can also shoot us an email 13cgunreviews@gmail.com.
Okay, and then you're still doing the Friday the live from Instagram?
I believe I'm going to start that back up. I had taken off for the last several months because Instagram was almost shadow banning us on our live streams. There were people who would have to go to our profile and then click on it specifically. They would never get notified that we were going live. So I just kind of stopped. Our audience dropped off on that. But I'm probably going to start those back up some.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe by now they've kicked you out of that. Okay, Walter, how can people get in touch with you? I know right now you're bummed out. How many ice makers did you ship over there, man?
I didn't do it. One of the other guys that's going with us did it. And the other day, just real quick story. The other day, somebody was on. We're talking on WhatsApp with people over in England and stuff, and I said, "Don't talk about that. What's going on with the ice makers?" And he goes, "They haven't showed up yet." And it's like, uh-oh. And I guess he found out that something happened to the shipment. So I'm just looking on Amazon about getting another ice maker. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, you might want to just get it. Oh, what is that?
This?
Oh, the Type 8.
Type.
This is the long-awaited. Is this a replacement?
Yeah. So sorry. Let Walter finish with what you're saying.
No.
Sorry.
Type 8. What is it?
So this is a Type B, the Archon Type B.
Type B. Okay.
So
Type
if
B.
you guys remember, we did our initial video on this. There was a lot of finish issue on the first one that we got. There was all the milling marks on the slide and stuff. So I sent it back to them. They took a look at it, and instead of trying to fix it and buff it out, they sent me a new one. So
let's get a close-up look at it, man. I got you full screen.
Sure.
Let's see. Hold it up there. Okay.
So anyway, they sent me a brand new one, and I haven't even shot it yet. This is brand new, unfired.
Okay, I'm guessing it looks a lot better, right?
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot better. The fit, the finish looks a lot better. The other one I had, function-wise, functioned fine. It fired. I don't think it had a single malfunction. I'd have to go back and watch the video. But we put the first 500 rounds through it. It didn't have a single malfunction that I can recall, I don't think, in that first 500. But anyway, we wound up sending it back to them. They sent us a new one. And my plan was that I was going to take another second look at this one and keep going with it. But things got in the way over these past 2 months. And with what happened last week, this is going to be, if anybody wants to email me about this one.
Oh, no, say it ain't so, man.
It's new in the box. It's unfired. It's something that I don't have. Well, I do have the factory, it comes with 4 factory mags. So I have those, the original box and everything else. But this is one of those things that I bought as a, as something cool and new and, whatever. But, it just, at this point in time, it doesn't make sense to hold on to it since it's new in the box. And it's one of those things that, just to try and get ahead of the curve. It's one of those things. Figured that I might as well let go of.
Yeah, hit up Joe. You're gonna have to go through FFL and all that kind of stuff, but hit him up if you're interested.
Yeah, unless you're here, unless you're a resident of Indiana, then then obviously there's that here locally. But if it's got to, obviously if it's shipping out of state or anything else like that, all laws, rules, things apply. So I don't know if I can don't know if I can answer that question on here, Kathleen. If you want to shoot me an email, I don't want to get Hank in trouble for his podcast. So
hit Joe up. He's an easy guy to talk to, and and we'll get that worked out. Let me drop the end thing right now.
Sorry to turn it into an infomercial.
Oh no, that's cool, man. Not a problem at all. Make sure you guys subscribe. Okay, if you're not subscribed, ring the bell so you can be notified. All that kind of good stuff. I want to thank everyone for joining us. We are gonna do one more show tomorrow, and then we're gonna take the rest of the week off because I've got a trip coming up and there's a bunch of other things going on. So make sure you check out 13C Gun Reviews as well, of course, as Walter over here, Safety Harbor Firearms. What? Okay, I think you're muted, Walter. And thanks to Walther Firearms for sponsoring us. There they go, Walther Firearms right down there. Shout out to them. Walther, it's Walther Arms.
Walter,
yeah.
Yeah, Walter.
Thanks, Hank. Have a fun trip. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks, man. Thanks. We'll try to, if you're going to be available, we'll try to get you on here more. Maybe while Walter's gone there, we'll be able to
I'd be happy to
fill in Walter's spot. It's a tough seat to sit in.
Never fill my spot.
I will do my best.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave it there.
Start eating, Joe. You're gonna eat during the show now. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah. Poor
Make
Joe.
some steak and eat on the show.
Yeah. Cook. If you actually barbecue a steak up on the show, that'll be awesome. We should do some live cooking one of these days.
Cheese on your steak.
Yeah,
cheese
I can't do it from here. Yeah. Government. Someone send Joe some government cheese. We can make that video happen. We could do it. But we're out of here. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys.
Have a safe trip, Walter. All right.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Thanks.
Peace.
Thanks,
We're
everybody.
out of here.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.